And it's just a lot of gossip, and people are actually jealous of how blessed you are. I can't right now.
Okay.
Welcome to Savvy Star. My name is Leslie. I am a spiritual healer and tarot card reader. I validate what you already know. This reading is for Aries under the full moon influence of Gemini, December 12th through December 18th. Let's see what's in store for Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and Rising. Little Aries. This is a 311 sun sign vibration. You've got air and fire, and they fuel each other. As long as it's positive, it's not destructive. But it's a very good communication moon for you. Gemini is very mental. Aries is very creative, and the two go hand in hand. So you should have nothing but beautiful things coming out of this new moon. Okay, Aries, here we go. Okay. Our first card is the Empress. And the Empress is pregnant. Now, this can mean a literal pregnancy, or you are pregnant with ideas. Okay. But she represents the birth. There's a birth of something happening. And that's it. That's exciting. That's very exciting. What's making this hard is the Ten of Swords. So whatever you have been dealing with, whatever conflict, this is a very dramatic card. It looks dramatic, but it actually means the conflict is dead. The conflict is over, and you can get on with the pregnancy. And again, this can mean a literal pregnancy of you or someone you know close to you, but what initially surrounded this pregnancy, and it can be pregnant with ideas and creativity, but initially it was surrounded by conflict, and the conflict is now over. It's now dead. Literally, it's over. There's no more arguing about this. However, you have worked very hard to rid yourself of this conflict, and now you are very protective of this pregnancy and its creativity. So there's a lot of creative energy that you are protective of. There's no more conflict, so you can move on now but you're still protective. I know you're going to be protective because you're Aries. Aries is always protective. But when you're dealing with Gemini, there's going to be that conflict or exchange of ideas that can sound like an argument. But the argument's over. And the creativity you've been working very, very hard for. And you're just a little protective of it. And that's okay. The Queen of Cups will help you protect it. This is Scorpio. You have a Scorpio in your life. And she's very emotional. She rules your emotional heart, or our emotional hearts. The Ace of Sword represents there's new ideas, new intellect, and possibly a new argument over a message that you have received from the Queen of Cups, which is Scorpio. So Scorpio is very intense. She likes things to be very forthright in the emotional department. And she's probably questioning something you said or something you did. And you've heard about it. You've heard about it through the Page of Cups. So these are two different conflicts. There was one conflict over these pregnancies, whether they be creative or literal. That's now dead. So you have a couple of arenas of conflict, which kind of makes sense with the moon being in Gemini, full moon being in Gemini. This can also mean new ideas, okay? But they're coming from an emotional standpoint. So your new ideas have to be more emotional. This is the messenger of love. So your message has to be more about love. That's what the Queen means. That's what Scorpio in your life means. And that can be a hard relationship for you. Coming up next is the Four of Pentacles, which you're kind of looking at the cup half empty instead of half full. You're a little bit bored. Things come awfully easy to you. And when that happens, there's no challenge. You get bored. And so instead of looking at everything you should be grateful for and all of your blessings that you've been blessed with, you're looking at the negative side of it. And that just comes out of boredom when you get bored. So the Queen's trying to help you find the emotional part in the connection with looking at things on the more positive side. Aries is usually very positive, but when they get bored, they dwell in the negativity. So this means you're bored. The Knight of Swords, there's a Gemini maybe in your life. This is also a verbal proposal of sorts, but with anything verbal, I want to say it's great to listen to somebody's proposition, verbally, but wait to see their actions. When their actions and their words match, you know that they're telling the truth. Otherwise, it's just BS. So be careful with this card, because Geminis tend to talk a lot, and sometimes they can be gossipy, and that's okay. Like, Rona Barrett, she was a Gemini, and she ran one of the biggest gossip columns that we've ever seen. But wait till you see words and actions matching. And make sure that out of this boredom, you yourself don't get gossipy, because maybe other people are seeing you not grateful for everything that you have. Don't let people start talking about that. You work very, very hard. Okay. This is the 10 of Wands. He works very hard to protect what he has created. This is a very creative card. I think it goes hand in hand with the Four of Pentacles. You work very hard for your money, and don't let that go to the wayside. Don't be bored. Find the positive. Find everything that you're blessed for. You are very, very blessed, Aries. Very blessed. This is a fear card. You're overthinking things in your head. Okay? I don't know why you're bored, but you're coming across bored and you're not finding your blessings. You're getting a little gossipy. Just remember how hard you work for everything. You work very hard for things. So don't get caught up in your head. This is the Nine of Swords. And you worry. You're overthinking. You're staying up in your head. You know what's in your heart. You're blessed. You're blessed. This is just a fear card. Get out of your head. You have some controversy. You have the wind stirring some embers in your fire, and that's okay. But just remember how how blessed you are. And either you're pregnant with ideas or somebody around you is pregnant. And this is a beautiful card. This is a great card. There's so much potential in this card. So many things are being birthed. So just kill the conflict. Just stop feeding into, what people say. Stop reacting. I guess that's the word. Stop reacting to what people are saying. If they actually have, something to back them up with actions, then you can believe what they're saying. But other than that, it's just a lot of hot wind. And it's just a lot of gossip. And people are actually jealous of how blessed you are. Okay, when they're talking negative. So don't get caught up in that. You're very blessed. Your Aries are very hard workers, and they work hard and play hard. So all is well in your world. Enjoy the Gemini full moon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of future readings with Savvy Star.